What if the one thing she has been silently waiting for from you costs you absolutely nothing? No grand gestures, no expensive dinners, no perfectly planned surprises, just one small, almost invisible act, something you could do in a single quiet moment that would make her feel more deeply loved than anything you have ever said or done before. Most men walk right past this moment every single day, and they have no idea what they are missing. Welcome, and I am so glad you are here today because what you are about to learn changed everything for the men who truly understood it. We live in a world that tells you love must be loud to be real, that romance means reservations, roses, and grand declarations. But women are moved by something far quieter than that. Something so small it barely registers on your radar but lands so deeply in her heart that she thinks about it for days. I am going to share something intimate with you today. Something most men never discover. Stay until the very end because the most important piece comes last, and it will change how you see her forever. So let us step into her world for a moment because once you see it through her eyes, you will never look at the small moments the same way again. Insight number 1, the look that she has never forgotten. Picture this. She is telling you a story, maybe something that happened at work, maybe something that made her laugh or made her ache a little. And instead of glancing at your phone, instead of scanning the room, instead of waiting for your turn to speak, you simply look at her, not through her, not past her, directly, softly, completely at her. Pause for a moment and think about this. Women have a deeply wired psychological need to feel witnessed, not evaluated, not managed. Witnessed. When a man holds genuine eye contact during a vulnerable or emotional moment, her nervous system registers something profound. It registers safety. And safety in the emotional world of a woman is the soil in which intimacy grows. She does not need you to fix what she is feeling. She needs to feel that what she is feeling matters enough for you to stay present with it. That look, that quiet, unhurried look tells her she does. The takeaway is simple but powerful. The next time she is talking, put everything else down and let your eyes tell her she is the only thing in the room. Insight number 2, remembering what she thought you forgot. She mentioned, weeks ago, almost in passing, that she was nervous about a conversation she had to have with her sister. It was a small thing. You nodded, moved on, and she did not expect you to carry it. But then days later, you ask her quietly, "Hey, how did that conversation with your sister go?" And she stops. And something inside her shifts completely. Let that sink in. The psychology behind this is stunning in its simplicity. When a man remembers a small detail she shared, especially one she did not ask him, to remember it communicates something her heart has been quietly hungry to hear. You were listening. You held her. She matters enough to occupy space in your mind when she is not even in the room. This is not about memory. This is about priority. What we remember reveals what we value. And when she sees that you value the small corners of her life, she feels connected to you in a way that no romantic dinner can replicate. Never underestimate the intimacy hidden inside a single remembered detail. Insight number 3, the touch that asks for nothing. There is a particular kind of touch that women find almost unbearably tender. It is not seductive. It is not performative. It is a hand placed gently on the small of her back as you walk through a crowd. A thumb brushed lightly over her hand while you are both sitting quietly. A soft touch on her shoulder as you pass her in the kitchen with no agenda, no expectation, nothing asked in return. Pause here and feel what that moment would mean to her. Research in attachment psychology consistently shows that non-sexual, affectionate touch is one of the most powerful regulators of emotional intimacy between partners. For women especially, this kind of touch communicates a message that words sometimes cannot reach. I want to be near you, not for a reason, just because it is you. When touch is always tied to desire or need, it eventually starts to feel transactional. But when touch exists simply as an expression of closeness, it becomes sacred. It becomes something she quietly craves and deeply treasures. The takeaway here will stay with you. Reach for her sometimes when you want absolutely nothing and watch how everything between you softens. Insight number 4, saying her name like it means something. This one might surprise you, but stay with me here because it is extraordinary. The way a man says a woman's name, the tenderness, the weight, the quiet intention behind it can create a rush of emotional warmth that she cannot fully explain but will absolutely remember. Not her name used to get her attention. Not her name said in frustration. Her name spoken softly, in a private moment, with warmth behind it. I was just thinking about you, followed by her name. That is it. That is the whole thing. Neurologically, hearing our own name activates the brain's self-referential processing. It pulls us immediately into presence, into connection. But when a name is spoken with tenderness, it goes even deeper. It says, I see you as a specific, irreplaceable person. Not a role, not a partner in the abstract. You. Her name on your lips, said gently and with care, is one of the most quietly intimate things you can offer her. Say her name like it is something you are glad exists in the world. Insight number 5, sitting in the feeling with her. Instead of fixing it, she comes to you heavy with something: frustration, sadness, worry, confusion. And everything in you wants to solve it, to offer a solution, to make the discomfort disappear as quickly as possible. This is natural. This is, in many ways, one of the most loving impulses a man can have. But here is what she is actually needing from you in that moment. She needs you to stay, not to fix, not to reframe, not to remind her of the silver lining. She needs you to sit beside her in it, to say, that sounds really hard, and mean it, to let her feel that her emotional experience does not make you uncomfortable or impatient. Because the moment a woman senses that her feelings are too much for you, she begins to protect you from them, and slowly, quietly, she begins to close. But when you stay, when you prove that you can hold her emotional weight without flinching, she opens in ways that will take your breath away. The insight is this: the man who can be with her feelings becomes the man she cannot imagine her life without. Insight number 6, choosing her quietly. Everyday intimacy is not built in the extraordinary moments. It is built in the ordinary ones, the ones that happen between everything else. It is the cup of tea made without being asked. The thinking of you message sent at 2 in the afternoon for no reason at all. The moment you put your book down because she walked into the room and you just wanted to talk to her. These are not grand gestures. They are daily, quiet, deliberate choices. And they accumulate. They layer upon each other like something warm and golden. And one day she looks at you and she feels in her bones that she has been chosen. Not just once, but over and over again in all the small in-between moments of a life. Choose her in the quiet moments and she will feel it in her soul. Here is what I want you to truly hear right now in this moment. She does not need you to be perfect. She does not need you to have all the right words or all the right answers. She needs to feel that you are trying to see her, that you are paying attention, that she is not invisible to you, that the quiet, tender, ordinary moments of her existence, her worries, her laughter, her name, her feelings, are things you hold gently and with care. That kind of love, that is the kind she will never ever want to let go of. The intimacy she is longing for is not waiting for a grand romantic gesture, it is hiding inside the small, consistent, loving moments you have the power to create starting today. Look at her. Remember her. Touch her without asking for anything. Say her name like it matters. Stay with her feelings. Choose her quietly every single day. That is the whole secret. If something in this video moved you or made you think of someone you love, leave a comment below. I would genuinely love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more insights like this, subscribe, because there is so much more I want to share with you. She has always been worth the small moments. Now you know why.